Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Today's Restaurant News Networking Group. We are a group of vendors in the industry who are here to get to know each other, to feel comfortable with it, and help each other in our businesses, and also to help restaurateurs if they have any questions or any issues that may be troubling them. We encourage you to bring that issue to us, and we will try to solve it for you. If we can't solve it, we know people who can. So we are a source for you to help you run your business more effectively. I want to welcome Terry Lena, Bill Bradley, and Gabriella to our meeting this morning. And
thank you.
And I said, hey, Bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to give the new people an opportunity to introduce themselves. And let me just back up a second. For those of you who may be watching, we're on YouTube at the Today's Restaurant channel. And if you want to reach us at 561-620-8888 or on our website, trnusa.com. Okay, Terry, Lena, if you want to just give us a quick intro so that we know who you are and what you do. And for the newcomers, at the end of this meeting, I will email everybody a spreadsheet with contact information of everybody that's here. So you don't have to sit and write down all the names and numbers immediately. Okay, Terry.
Well, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I worked at the Florida Restaurant Show last week, and we just recently joined the organization. I work for WorkWear Outfitters, and we are a apparel manufacturer. We manufacture clothing under Red Cap and Dickies brands. So we have everything from front of the house to the back of the house, as well as Kodiak and Terra footwear. My contact information is terry.lena@wwof.com. My phone is 720-244-4972. And our team of regional, what I do is I'm a regional business development manager, and we just go out and we work with the end users to try and find the right product fit with the apparel as well as the distributor partner.
Great. Wow.
Great. Well,
That's impressive. Dickies. Everybody wears those.
Yes.
Yeah.
We bought Dickies, I want to say a couple of years ago. And
wow.
but to be quite honest with you, our Red Cap brand has been around for a very long time. And that we just launched a new culinary line that has oil block and mimics technology in it. And it was very well received at the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Show. So we're super excited about that. We just want to be known as the most innovative workwear that's out in the marketplace today.
Terrific. Terrific. Welcome.
Thanks.
That's good.
We'll circle back to you later. Bill Bradley, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm with Florida Hospitality Technologies. We're a Treasure Coast-based distributor of robots to restaurants, hospitals, hotels, managed care facilities, nursing homes, any place where there's a need to supplement some of the repetitive tasks in the workforce. We have a product that will solve the problem. And as the economy continues to tighten and people are looking at decisions whether they need to tie in their staff or not, the robots are a nice fixed asset, meaning one-time purchase product that will last 5 to 10 years and aid them and continue to run their business efficiently and with good humor. So our robots have personalities, and customers seem to appreciate that.
Okay, thanks. Welcome aboard. I didn't see James. Are you there, James Mansfield? You're on mute, James.
Yes, I'm on mute. Hey, how are you? This is James Mansfield. How are you today?
There
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
James.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
There you
good
are.
to see you. So I'm with Bag-Up. We launched a bag rack stand that goes for restaurants. We're at the Florida Restaurant Show. We had some great feedback. We had a couple introductions, to potentially distributors and also some restaurants. So we're continuing to advance the brand. I'll send the link here in the contact information. We also had a great opportunity to publish a research study with today's restaurant news. Thanks a lot for that reprint too as well, Howard and Terry and team.
Okay, I'm glad you got it. It's okay for you?
It's perfect. Looks great. It's already on the website. So thank you.
Oh, and I wanted to let you know that the smaller one that we have, which we have in the SUV, every time we go to dinner, we take it in and we put our things on it. And then, we're going to let the restaurant owner come over and ask us what it is. And then we have a bunch of your flyers. So, don't be surprised if you start getting some decent sales out of this.
Thank you. That's fantastic. Yeah, I typically get
It's
in the
heavy,
routine
but I don't care.
of going out to restaurants too as well. So that's great.
People
Thank
are
you.
asking, what the heck is that? And here it is. Here it is.
Some people have a guide dog. We have a guide pole.
Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's starting to
terrific.
resonate. We're in Philadelphia. We had 2 restaurants in Florida out of the show that kind of was shipped, product down to. They're asking for about 20 more, and then we're hoping to have some others. We had asked to be presented on Cisco as well. So if there's anyone that would like to collaborate with us, too as well. So that's one of the opportunities, and the buyers and LeBron, a few other distributors. So negotiating a bit, but hoping to get some real great penetration. Thank you.
Great.
And they were next to
Welcome.
us. So yeah. LeBron.
And Gabriella, welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Gabi, and I'm with Worksite. I work with Glenn Geringer. He was in the meeting last week, or last time that you guys had it. He's actually my boss and mentor. At Worksite, we are a PEO, professional employee organization, and we specialize in the restaurant, entertainment, and hospitality industry. What that means is that we're able to automate and strategize back office, organize it for you. It includes payroll, benefits, workers' comp, 401k. If we run it for you, we file your payroll taxes, and we also help with any tax credits. Like right now, we're being very good at giving capital back as a form of FICA to tax credit. Where restaurants get, a ton of money based on their tips. A lot of restaurants owners and decision makers don't realize that they qualify, even if they took any of the other tax credits. That's a separate one. So we've been able to help a lot of restaurants get capital back into their restaurant. And we also are able to offer their employees with employee health benefits with only requirement of 2 people to be enrolled. So overall, we're able to give them and have them offer their employees a more robust compensation package.
Okay, well, thank you. Welcome back. Let's start our regular intros, and John McCabe, you available? There you are.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Had a good time at the Florida Restaurant Show, meeting all of our networking partners, and it was nice to see everybody in person. I think the convention could have been done a lot more professionally. Some of the doors you couldn't get into unless you had a pass, and it was just not very well organized. But it was great to meet everybody, and it was a good time. So I'm John McCabe. I'm with a company called Carpigiani. We manufacture ice cream, gelato, and pastry equipment, and we distribute ESA display cases for pastry and ice cream and gelato. We're out of North Carolina, and we stock our parts there and have training sessions for making ice cream and gelato in Chicago, North Carolina, and in Spanish in Miami. I can be reached at 401-368-6406. My email is johnm@carpigiani-usa.com. I look forward to working with you on any frozen dessert programs. They can be very profitable for your customers and can help you make a good profit. Thank you very much.
And Carpigiani is part of the Alley Group, which is a big group of restaurant companies under one umbrella. Randy, nice to see you again, Randy. from
Good morning, everybody. Randy Pumputis here with Heartland Payroll. Sorry I missed everybody at the FRLA show. Previously, I mentioned that we partnered with a technology company specializing in the country club industry, and we're going full throttle with that. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. Heartland Payroll, as you know, we handle everything from startups to acquisitions in the hospitality and other industries. Very excited to announce that we just partnered, and she was going to come on today with Amwins. They're a general agent in the benefits sector, and we are fully integrated with those folks now. So any broker that's not captured or appointed now has an opportunity to offer the benefits to the employers for employee retention. So a lot of great things happening. Sorry I missed everybody, and looking forward to going into January.
Okay, thanks. Ellen, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Helen Gottesman, starting Delicious Spoonfuls, Florida Incorporated, which will be, I know we've been hearing soon, but we will be an ice cream, coffee, and dessert bar on wheels, focused on the employment of people with special needs, and we're in the process of becoming a nonprofit, able to take donations now. We'll be employing 3 to 5 people at a time, and we're just in the process right now. So we've been in touch with a lot of the different people here and filling all our needs.
Okay, well, if you need uniforms, you can talk to Terry.
Yes. I'd be happy to help. I'll even
Okay.
donate some
That would be excellent.
uniforms for you, Helen. So please reach out after. I'll work with you on that, okay?
That would be outstanding.
Very sweet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you both.
Okay.
Robert Smith, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rob Smith, and I solve labor shortages for small to mid-size fast casual restaurants by providing 100% done for you self-ordering kiosks with zero startup cost, powered by Grubber software. Self-service kiosks obviously increase revenue by automatic upsells, decrease labor costs, and legitimize small business by deploying big business technology. I can be reached at 561-609-6405 or rsmith@touchsuite.com.
Okay, thank you. Terry.
Hello again.
No,
I'm-
the other
Other
Terry.
Terry.
oh, the other
Just
Terry,
do Terry.
sorry. Sorry about that.
That's all right, we'll get back.
That's okay. You can take my place.
I'll say Terry
Oh,
with
no,
an
that's
I and
okay.
Terry with a Y.
Yeah.
Terry I.
Yeah.
Terry I.
Terry. Hi, Terry Appel, today's restaurant news. I handle the office here, and I also 27 years now, and I also handle the leads report. The leads report, get a sample if you don't have one. These reports are second to none anywhere in the industry. We give you the owner's name, email address, phone number, address, name of the establishment, what phase they are, either under construction, permitting stages, licensing stages, whatever it is, and the full address, sometimes square footage, if they have a patio, 2 stories, whatever, all the information. You get 40 to 70. Actually, I think last month was over 70, and this month is looking that way as well. Leads, brand new leads every month, with a continuation of updates of a few under the bottom. We started taking a lot of the bottom off since everybody has them from the beginning, but for the new people signing on, I do have older sheets that I send, so they also get that value. There's a discount for people in the group, extremely inexpensive. And what we do with those, we send them out in an Excel spreadsheet by the 9th. They get them to me by the 1st, and I format them, get them out to you by the 9th, except January. We close for a week and a half, 2 weeks in December for holidays and personal travel. So anybody looking for a sample of leads of what's opening, I can provide that for you. And I think in this group and every other group that we are in, that is invaluable. I mean, I have the people you're all trying to reach. So you can ask for a sample. You can ask how much. You can ask any questions. You can call on a particular place and say, do you have any more information on this? I'm really interested in this and I can't find the info. I'll go back into what, you have to pay for a lot of the sites that you get the information from and see if I can't get more info for you. So Terry at Today's Restaurant News, have a good weekend.
How do we reach you?
I don't know. Terry, Terri at trnusa.com. Call our office and someone will put you through to me if I don't answer. Thank you. 561-620-8888 before Howard has a, thank you.
Okay, now the triple threat.
Oh, no,
We
no.
got Kevin, John, and Chris, all from Strategic Supply Chain. You guys flip a coin. Who's first?
I'll go first.
Chris.
Supply Chain Partners, we function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients, which are typically small to mid-market restaurant companies. And very quickly, we have a fantastic story to tell this week. At a company we approached over a year ago, told us we couldn't do anything to help them out, like a lot of people do. They finally came back around a few weeks ago, called us back. We put together a new distribution program for them that will save them $750,000 in their first year. And over the life of the deal, it's going to be worth over 1.35 million. And this is a 30-year-old company in Houston, Texas, that literally thought we couldn't show them anything. The guy who's been doing their purchasing that entire time admitted yesterday, I did not know you could do these things. And we're super excited about that because that's a huge victory for us. And it shows what we say all the time. You just don't know what you don't know. Give us a shot. Let us take a peek under the hood. You never know what it may turn out to be. But for a 30-year company, for us to go in there and produce that kind of savings, or they can build an entire restaurant for what we're going to save them over the next 3 years. So super pumped, super excited. We continue to grow and expand. And we have a great referral program we've talked about before. Anybody that gets referred to us, they get 10% of our fee structure for the entire life of that deal. So, Strategic Supply Chain Partners. I am at chris.rodrigue, that's R-O-D-R-I-G-U-E, like Rodriguez, no Z, at ssc.partners, 985-778-1515. Kevin, John, y'all are free to add on anything you'd like to, guys.
Yeah, I would say it's one of you guys are restaurant owners, at least give us a shot. It's free to get back to you on how much money we can save you. What does that hurt?
Let the new people know exactly what you do in sourcing. Chris was so excited and he brought up that wonderful accomplishment. That's phenomenal. That's massive. But maybe the couple of new people here aren't.
Terry, to be clear, sourcing is a secondary function. Like we've done some things with a company to bring in vinyl and latex gloves at a fraction of the price people are currently paying from US Food and Cisco and the other distributors, but that's not our main business. Our main business is we just renegotiate their supplier deals. And we work directly with distributors. We're working with produce companies in Florida right now. Kevin's point guy on that. And we also work directly with manufacturers at national level. And we work with Cisco, US Foods, and the other guys at national level too. So we bring that national level expertise to local and regional restaurant markets and just change the game for them. So, anything you want to add, John?
No, I think it's covered.
Kevin, you want to say anything?
I think Chris covered it really, really well. You know, it's always amazing to me how much money's out there that people just don't realize is available. And, you know, we're very, very skilled at being able to discover and uncover all those opportunities and then negotiate on behalf of our clients. You know, in the conversation with this company that Chris was mentioning, you know, he was mentioning the purchaser of 30 years, but the owner, because a year ago we approached them and she even said this week, I wish I would have gotten you guys on board a year ago. You know, and once they realize that the magnitude of the savings, you know, it's, you know, part of it they're excited. The other part, they kick themselves in the ass because they realize they could have been saving that money for a very long period of time.
Yep.
I have a lead for you guys for a new company to a broadline distributor. So
That'd be awesome.
I have to give that to you.
Okay, sounds great.
Remind me. All right. Thank you. Anything else from the triple threat?
Hey, Kevin, Chris, how many restaurants does this chain have?
Actually, it's 3 concepts, and I think they total 14 or 15 locations.
Oh,
Only 15 locations and they're saving $750,000 a year.
By the way, some of y'all remember Chris Pumo is part of this group. We're working with one of his clients, saving them about 60 to 75,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Man.
All right, great.
Great job.
John Marinek, good morning.
Good morning, John Marinek, Marinek Food Service Consultants. We do restaurant design and consulting for restaurants. And if you need a restaurant design, we're the people to do it with, because we have no ties to really restaurant manufacturers. So we don't really represent them. We're not equipment dealers. So we have no interest in trying to put different equipment into your restaurants. We do what's right for you. And if you need something designed, we're the people for you, so you can shop it and get your best prices. Again, John Marinek, Marinek Food Service Consultants, 954-817-1183. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the BH Bunn Company. We manufacture the Bunn string tying machines. In an era where we're trying to get rid of all the plastic, our twine's environment friendly. You also have issues with 1 in 4 delivery drivers eat your food. I've recently read an article that it's now up to 80% admit it. So we need to secure our deliveries from that happening. We're located in Lakeland, Florida. Our toll-free number is 1-800-222-BUNN, B-U-N-N. My email is info, I-N-F-O, @buntyco, BUNNTYCO.com. Give us a call and we'll help secure your food. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Darren, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Darren Gall with Tracy.net. I also want to say what a great privilege it was meeting so many of you in person up at the Restaurant Association. Lots of great conversations, lots of great ideas. I left that and came down to Florida for one of my association trade shows, which was during the hurricane, right before and during. But it's amazing how different it was. I mean, I have my expectations set on the tech industry one versus the restaurant industry. Very, very different setup, but it was fun to experience it. Tracy.net, we are communications consultants and solution providers. What does that mean? We take the aches and pains out of phone and internet service. So if you know anybody who hasn't looked at their phone bill or internet bill in the last 2 years, I can guarantee you they're paying too much. And that's what we do. We step in. We are a master agent for all the carriers. So what does that mean? We can help you save on existing services. We can help take you from a digital system, if that's what you're on now, into a VoIP system, which is where the third phase of communications, which everybody's moving to. So if you don't know what you're doing, we can guide you through that maze of carriers, find you the right solution in the budget you want to pay. We can be reached at via email at sales@tracy.net. That's sales@traci.net, or you can call us on our toll free at 800-881-8899.
Okay, thank you. And for those of you who were at the show, and those of you who weren't, I sent out a couple of pictures from the show, and there was one picture in particular with Darren and Terry, which was, what was that cartoon character? You made Terry look so small, and she made you look so large. Peter, good morning.
Good morning, Peter Robinson, Hudson Robinson Business Brokerage. I've been a business broker for approximately 20 years. I work throughout the state of Florida. I work with buyers and sellers. The reason why you want to use a business broker is because majority of sellers have a difficulty selling their own business. And we work as an intermediary to get the most amount of money for what the market bears at that time. What we'll do is we will take a look at all your records, all your financial records, and come up with a multiple of what the seller's discretionary expenditures are, and we will come up and determine a price. We work, again, throughout the state of Florida. On my website, which is called hudsonrobinson.com, we have 5,000 business listings for you to take a look at. My phone number is 561-445-8198. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to double back now to Terry with a Y. If you want to add anything, tell us a little bit more. I have some questions.
Okay. Again, it's Terry Lena. I work for WorkWear Outfitters. We champion and empower workers who make our world better. What we mean by that is we really work with the end user to design the clothing to fit. That's why we're at the culinary show. Like, we have Oil Block and Mimics technology there because we know that chefs are working in hot kitchens and they need clothing that's going to cool them off. Our corporate office is based in Nashville, Tennessee. There's a full team that will work with you from a sample of the garment to a wear test to finding the right distributor. My contact is Terry Lena at 720-244-4972. My email is terry.lena@wwof.com.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Number one, do you have any type of minimum order size?
We ship one piece to 10,000 pieces. We also do embroidery as well, but we do work through distributors, but you can also purchase our garments at redcap.com.
And are the garments manufactured in the U.S.?
We own all of our distribution plants. Most of our fabric is here, and we get it here in the United States, but we have distribution in Mexico, Honduras. Right now, due to supply chain, we're also looking at other avenues as well, but we do own all of our manufacturing plants.
So what, like if a restaurant chain wanted to buy from you, what kind of delivery time would they be looking at?
It just depends on what we're doing. If we're taking a stock garment and we're embroidering it ourselves, normal lead time is 3 to 7 days. If we're doing a custom program, well, that's going to be something totally different, because sometimes we work with depending on the size of the opportunity, we will work through manufacturing. And maybe we might have to manufacture the garment there and then do the embroidery in the manufacturing plant. It just depends.
Okay, I'm sure most of you, all of you don't know, I'm originally from the garment industry. So I'm familiar with the whole process of manufacturing. Thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Bill, let's double back to you and tell us a little bit more about your robots.
Well, the idea behind the robots is not necessarily to replace people, but to fill in spots where we can't find people to run a business, whether it be in a restaurant or an other facility. So the robots have refined over the last 10 years to be very specific in purpose. For example, we have a robot that is designed to go to the kitchen, grab a food order, and then whoever is preparing the plate or the tray touches the table it has to go to, and it goes out into the dining room. Depending on the nature of how that business wants to be perceived and it markets itself, that robot can go out to the table, turn itself, face the customer, and ask them to remove the food from the tray on the table. For a nice tablecloth restaurant where you want to minimize the interaction between the mechanical, the robot, and the guest, it can go up into a serving meeting area where the server meets the food and then personally takes everything off the robot, puts it on the table. So a variety of different ways to do it. The robots are interactive. They can speak. They can answer questions from customers if you want them to do that. They can market, bad timing. They can market as well. So it all depends on what your needs are. 1 second, I'm sorry. In hospitals, we have delivering food from the kitchen up onto the floors. Same thing with managed care and nursing homes. We have that as well. And we can also we've also put these things in fast food applications like McDonald's. We put it in libraries to deliver books to be stocked. I'm sorry. I can't talk now. I think that was one of the ones for the 9 o'clock show. So the idea is to eventually fill out and help business owners stay in business, contain their costs, because a robot's a fixed asset. You pay for it once and it's yours. Most of the products out there that you can buy, whereas an employee, you pay for every year for FICA, FUTA, insurance, and everything else. So there are some cost benefits for the business owner to invest in this type of a technology. And we think even though it's unfamiliar to a lot of people these days, it'll become more familiar over the next 5 years.
Question, yeah.
Somebody have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
On the robots, who's mapping the restaurant? Who's doing all of that? So that the robot knows where to go. You know, obviously there's a lot of programming involved.
Actually not. The robots that we sell can get programmed in about 2 to 4 hours. Depending on the customer, we either go out with the robot and we program the mapping, as you said correctly, on the robot, get the training done and get them up and running. Normally, if we show up on a Monday morning, we have them up and running by lunchtime. We also have situations where the robot is drop shipped to the customer and we instruct them on how to walk the robot through, and they help in the programming process and get the robots up and running. So we can do it either way. The technology is starting to get a little bit more straightforward. Some of it's a little esoteric because we're still in early generations on the product, but I think that's going to go away in subsequent versions. It's going to become easier and easier. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, right now you go to Amazon, you can buy robots for your home. I wouldn't be surprised that these products may end up as something like an Amazon product. So it depends on what the end user is comfortable doing.
And where does the pricing begin? I know it probably is endless,
Right.
but what's...
No, it's not endless. Actually, most of the companies, there's about 6 or 7 companies out there that are manufacturing robots. Most of them are in China. One of them is in California with manufacturing facility in Korea with Samsung. So all of them are coming into the United States now and are looking for distribution networks or just trying to distribute it themselves. And each of those manufacturers have different models and different sales philosophies. One company, for example, out in California, sells their robots $1,000 a month is their pitch for 36 months. And they have one model that they're currently selling. So that means, let's see, 36 months times, that's $36,000 for that robot. The robots we're selling is from a manufacturer called Pudu, which is, we think, one of the early entries out of China, but the software is very refined. They've just been working at it for a while. Their products range from 12.8 to 28.8, depending on what you're looking to do. And if you're looking at justifying the investment, restaurant doing $1 to $2 million, now you're doing the kiosk, so you have a very nice niche for what you're doing. But for those people that want to have have something else. This is more about the delivery of the robots, picking up the dirty dishes, escorting the guests to the table, all of those functions that are now being taken care of by people. Well, what we found, actually one of our customers found out in Dallas, is he ended up in a situation at the beginning of COVID with all of his employees, or most of them, leaving. So, and he said to open his doors and run his restaurant. So what he did for his servers is he increased their minimum wage to $15 an hour, and he gave them more tables, and he gave them a new job description. He said, "You're a table manager." They said, "What does that mean?" It means that you're responsible for sales. You're responsible for going to the customer, describing our menu, getting the best orders you can, watching them, making sure the drink orders come, the cup of coffees come, the desserts are ordered. Your job is to maximize the revenue per ticket. And that was important because the NRA had told us last year that occupancy and sit-down dining was down almost 60%. Still, everybody was afraid to go out and get sick. That hopefully has changed. Now, sorry, I have a dog in my office. Quiet. They hear you and she thinks it's somebody.
You could have told us that was a robot.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I was lying out of my teeth. So I visited this guy last year. This is what kind of got us into doing this in Florida. Is he said, okay, so what ended up happening is he took his employees that were left and he gave them more work. He said, okay, instead of 5 to 7 tables on a Friday night, you're going to do 14. Well, how can we do 14? The robots are going to bring the food to you. The other robots are going to take the dirty dishes and bring them back to the kitchen. No bussers, because he didn't have any. They left. And it ended up working. So what servers found is by selling or focusing on sales, the average ticket per guest was higher. Guess what the tip was? Higher. They had more tables. So that, what did they do? They got more tips. I went back and visited him in December. I said, so how's everything going? He says, great. So I got 2 robots delivering food. I got 1 robot escorting guests to their tables. Fantastic. He said, one thing surprised me. I said, what's that? He said, my server salary. Well, what surprised you? My servers, the ones that stayed with me that I put on this new plan, are on track to make between $80,000 and $100,000 this year. He said, why would they leave me and go anyplace else? So an employee that may or may not have a college education making $80,000 to $100,000 because we implemented technology to provide a solution that allowed, and he's making more money. So he's not losing anything. They're making more money. And the customers think it's a gas. Ironically, the 40 to 50-year-olds, he said, are the ones that have the most problem with the robots. Seniors love it. The young people love it because it's something new and you don't see it every place. So it was very interesting. So that's what we're trying. That's what we're trying to get across the marketplace here in the Treasure Coast.
Of all the robot companies that were at the Florida show that you saw, are they basically all your competition, or a lot of them have different aspects?
Here's the problem. It's the Wild West in the robot industry right now. That means anybody can buy restaurants from any vendor and sell them. There's no distributor network like I'm used to. I came out of point of sale. We had distributor networks. It kept everybody from me selling in your territory, vice versa. It gave us all an equal, equitable chance to make money, to be profitable as distributors. Right now, the Chinese don't care about having a distribution network, at least not in the sense that we think about it. So I discovered when I went to the Florida Restaurant Show, I was there too, that I had a competitor in Miami. Didn't know he existed. Selling the same products plus others. Nice guy. Had a competitor in Cape Kennedy, serving Central Florida. Didn't know he existed. That's not really the best way to get a product out in the marketplace if you're looking to sell volume. So I think that's the major challenge right now for the robot industry, is that it doesn't eat itself alive by doing it. Because when I'm selling something and the guy in Miami selling something, and you live in, say, Fort Lauderdale or West Palm, well, the only thing that's differentiating us is price. So now then it becomes a price war. Nobody wins. Nobody makes any money. So that's probably not a healthy thing in the industry right now. And the vendors are going to have to figure that out.
Yeah. Fight to the finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to have a booth at the show 2 weeks before. I found out there were 6 companies all of a sudden out of nothing that were distributing. So I pulled my booth back. And when I looked at the 6 booths, 4 of them were selling the same product.
Yeah.
Same vendor. So,
Bill, you and Rob need to get together. You build the robot that pushes the buttons for the lazy people who don't want to order on the kiosk.
there you go.
No,
There's
once they order,
there's opportunities everywhere to make money.
Yeah.
once they order on the kiosk, it can deliver the food right to their table.
That's
There you go.
right. And the robots do have integration capability. I saw one company integrated to a point of sale system. I don't remember which one it was. And another one integrated to an app they wrote on an iPad to be able
What's
to.
the operating system on the robotics?
Most of them are choosing to use
Android?
Android, yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's,
is
it's
Android.
Linux based
It's actually-
actually, and they're
right.
running Python for their vision systems and
Right.
stuff like that. I work in robotics with high school kids, so I know the behind the
There you
scenes
go.
portion of
Yeah,
it.
so it's most people that I've come into are using that for an operating system, but
Yeah.
it makes it pretty accessible to program them as well.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Also less likely to be hacked.
Mhm. Yep. Sorry, I didn't mean to run on.
No, it's great. We need to know what you do.
All right. Well, great. Thank you for the insight.
Sometimes my wife asks the same question.
All right, let's double back to Gabi.
Hi, everyone. All right, well, what we do is essentially we take care of all the back office, like I mentioned before, so payroll, benefits, workers' comp, 401k, HR. We are also able to assume risk and liability for the business owner. So now you have protection against wrongful termination, discrimination, sexual harassment, unemployment, and even workers' comp claims, where we take care of the entire claim from beginning to end, and you don't have to worry about either a lawsuit or the claims behind it. And we provide with employer practice liability insurance that will cover you up to $1 million that you can use 12 times in the year, which obviously you're not going to need it because we're going to protect you in that regard. In the financial aspect of it, we're also able to find hidden capital with the employer retentions program, the works opportunity tax credit, the FICA tip tax credit as well. And those are just basically free money in the form of tax credit that will come back to the restaurant so that you can utilize it in whichever way you want, even taking a much needed vacation that you might need to take if you haven't taken time off in a long time. And we take care of for the claim from beginning to end as well. So it's basically optimizing your time, optimizing your back office in a way that you're going to be able to focus on strategic growth, on finding robots, on growing the front end of your office or, your restaurant.
Would you consider your company a PEO?
It is a PEO.
It's a PEO.
correct.
Okay. Just want to clarify that.
Yeah, it is a PEO. And the biggest benefits behind it is that you're sharing now the risk and liability with the PEO. We're taking the bulk of it. You don't have to do a lot of the consuming duties of, file your tax, your payroll taxes and stuff like that, or follow your claims. I mean, even one claim can actually easily put a business out of business. So we make sure that you're covered in that regard.
Okay, thank you. Did I miss anybody? Except me? All right, I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant News. We've been publishing since 1996. We are now, as of 2018, a digital publication with a newspaper on our website of trnusa.com. And we also offer other digital services like email marketing, video email marketing, as Terry said before, the restaurant leads report, and that's it at the moment. We're working on some new things.
The ERTC?
We're trying to help the industry as much as possible with the ERC tax credit, and been fairly successful with that. A lot of people getting a lot of money back. It's something that it's like strategic supply chain. Yeah, why not try it? If you qualify, you get the money. You're leaving a lot of money on the table if you have it. I know Randy does it, Gabi does it. You know, we're trying to help the industry. Try to keep it all going.
It's not a loan. You don't have to pay it back. So that's
Right.
that's a huge thing. It's not like the PPO that we had. Big difference.
I had I read an article yesterday, and I printed it all out that I was going to discuss today, but time is up. So I appreciate the fact that everybody came today, and well, welcome Bill, and welcome back Gabi, and Terry with a Y had to leave early, and thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend. Next week will be our pre-Thanksgiving meeting. Bring your own turkey, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Howard.
Take care.